No, it's not here for filming purposes. But watch this episode to find out more to see why this soon-to-be famous locomotive is here at Ropley. Welcome to In the Loop, and here is your June update. Last weekend was our Retro Wheels event, one of my absolute favourite events on the calendar, with traction engines, vintage vehicles, freight train running, the lot. It's a brilliant weekend, so definitely book your tickets for next year. Now, on the line of our freight train, it was out running on Saturday, with our porters giving that fantastic delivering the goods experience and feel to it. Understandably, a lot of people were out filming, including our team, so do keep an eye on our YouTube page for some interesting content which you don't normally get to see. We also had our steam train running in Ropley, spinning around, showing people what it could do. It's not bad considering it is 1944 technology and still certified to lift. We do use this for lifts like Canadian Pacific's boiler, our little blue engines. It's an incredibly useful bit of kit to have, and it's amazing to see it's still working. On the line of videos, thank you so much for all of your suggestions in the last episode. We've gone through all of them, and we've got a very long list to work through, which is great. Needless to say, if you do think of any more, do whack them in the comments below. We read through everything, and while not every suggestion is practical, we will certainly give as many as we can a good attempt. Looking ahead to future events, we've got our Diesel Gala on the horizon. With 2 visitors already confirmed, it's setting up to be a fantastic weekend. So do visit watercressline.co.uk for more information and to book tickets. Down here at Alresford, standing on the new platform extension, the S&T gang have currently been working on the signalling down the far end, or the country end. The first one they've done is the signal you've probably seen. However, more recently, they've now done the one on the other side. You can just see it in the distance there. That used to be based at the end of platform 2, but moving it down towards the points means they've managed to extend the length of the loop. It just gives a little bit more flexibility. In the grand scheme of things, they're currently working down the far end of Alresford. There's a lot of points down there, but currently they're all manually operated. The next stage they're working on, that will all be controlled from the signal box. Over here in the paint shop, you can see various bits of Waybridge's cladding, including the outer shell. Last time the inside was finished, if you have a look on the outside, they've got that beautiful undercoat on there as well. And in front of me, we have, let's say, various bits of the cladding, all being painted up, ready to go into service. This locomotive, while it's not physically here at Ropley yet, it certainly will come together very nicely when it does arrive. Over here in the wheel drop shed, our little blue engine is currently having some work on the axle boxes. You can see here the front driver is actually out of the frames at the moment while they work on the axle boxes themselves. Further back, you've got our green 08 shunter. It's currently in here for some running maintenance. Those little locos are one of the many unsung heroes of the railway. You won't see them on many passenger services, but they do a heck of a lot up and down the site, not just here at Ropley, but Alresford, Alton, and a little bit at Medstead as well. So a lot of work happening on those to keep them fighting fit. Since we're in the wheel drop shed, let's take a look at the wheel drop itself, at a shot you don't normally get to see. The wheel drop allows us to drop wheel sets out from under the frames. It's currently in the lowered position while they do some maintenance, but you can actually see our little blue engine's wheels down there. Now, we have done a video on this in the past, which I'll link in the description, but you never know, we might do another one at some point. Either way, interesting stuff you don't get to see normally, and it's interesting to see just how, well, effectively you change a wheel set on a locomotive. So, the soon-to-be famous red locomotive. It's actually Whitewick Hall from Buckinghamshire Railway Centre. It's painted in its distinctive crimson livery for a contract filming job. You can fill in the rest of the gaps there. And it's currently down here for some contract work. We're doing some work inside the boiler, a re-tube. Tubes are currently out. All of this stuff here goes inside the smoke box. So this mesh here is a spark arrestor. In theory, it stops lots of hot sparks going out of the chimney and setting fire to the countryside. And they do a pretty decent job. So no filming occurring here. It's purely just for boiler work. In other exciting news, Lord Nelson has made an appearance in the yard. Previously stored undercover in the boiler shop, it's been agreed that she's going to be on display outside this summer so everyone can get up close and personal with this fantastic locomotive. It's a special year for this engine, for in August she'll celebrate her 100th birthday. Only a handful of these class were ever built, and this is the only survivor. After a stint on the main line, she ran here at the Watercress line until her boiler ticket expired. A superb locomotive, an art and a challenge to get right, but a fond favourite of many of our crews. So do take the opportunity, do come down and see this amazing machine as she celebrates 100 years. Over here in the Carriage Works, looking at what will be our first class accessible coach. The bogies we saw last time, they are currently underneath, and this is just to get the coach sitting nicely. These are new bogies, so they need to see how the coach is sitting and then they can carry on with the bodywork. The bogies themselves are going to come out, we're going to do a bit more work on the horn guides. At the bottom you can see the corrosion. This is a known fault with BR Mark 1s, essentially the water gets in, eats away, and you have to cut about 4 to 8 inches off and replace it. So it was known as the 6-inch repair. Now, while we're here, let's take a look on the inside. Who needs floors anyway? A view you don't normally get to see. So to give you an idea, you're just above the bogies, which are just in front of me. The floor's been taken up so they can carry on the inspection process, including looking at the side here where they need to do that 6-inch repair. They're also looking at these bits here, which are called the top hats. Essentially they're sort of bottom supports. You can see a little section here which is corroded and it's had to be replaced. Again, known issues with Mark 1s, and now we've got the bogies in place, they can get it set so they can start working on the 6-inch repairs, because the last thing you want is get it set wrong, the carriage sort of bows in the middle or sags, and all that hard work just pops off. Could be considered suboptimal. At the far end of the coach, they've taken off the corridor connection, which you can actually just see behind me, so they can carry on inspecting for corrosion. Understandably, this process is take everything out, strip it down to bare metal, inspect the metal, see what you've got to play with, and rebuild. You can see down here the crash pillars again. Like we've had with previous coaches, they are completely rotten away. Again, this is a known fault with Mark 1s. What happens is soot and ash from the locomotives get stuck in here, moisture then gets in and it essentially forms an acidic compound which slowly eats away at the crash pillars. Understandable, we know it's going to happen so we can deal with that. There's a few other bits to do, but it's good to see all the work coming together. Now, from something which needs a lot of work done to something else which is nearly finished. Looking at the standard class coach we've been following for a while, the interior fit out is nearly complete. At the far end, that's where they've made a new accessible space. So this will be coupled with a guards van, which will have the double doors, and then you can just come straight through into the coach itself. On the outside, the guys here are currently rubbing down their first coat of undercoat, ready for the second. And while we're here, let me show you something on the inside. On the line of crash pillars, the issues we've seen before, both in this coach and other coaches as well. Normally, the only way you find out what condition we're in is by taking this whole side off. Not ideal. So what they've done is make an inspection hatch. So on their B exams, which is the annual exam for all coaches, they can take these hatches off, visually check the condition of the crash pillars, and then go from there. As I mentioned, it saves a lot of work because otherwise you've got to take this whole side off. So yes, a nice little innovation to keep our coaches running smoothly. Over here in the boiler shop, with the boiler for 75079, the front tube plate here, which we saw last time bolted in place, that's now riveted in place, and you can see they're currently going round tooling it. At the back end, the holes for the foundation ring has now been drilled, that's ready for riveting, and they're starting to mark out the holes for the stays on the new side sheet at the back. While we're here in the boiler shop, we've had another visitor, which is this boiler for Cumbria. It's a little 060 austerity in for some contract work. The team are currently working through the crown stays and sling stays, and it's also in for a re-tube as well. So aside from the stuff we've got going on, there's always plenty happening in the background. Well, a lot happening here at the Watercress line. Now, as I mentioned, last weekend was our Retro Wheels event, a fantastic celebration of vintage vehicles and a lot to see out on the railway as well. So, as a little taster for some episodes which are due to come, let's end with a little compilation taken from the ground, GoPros and the air. That's it from us this time, folks, so thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.